How's it going, everybody? John MacLennan here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to use the diminished scale in the blues. I'm going to show you a lick that helps you get from what we call the 1 chord to the 4 chord and adds a little bit of tension using something we call the half-whole diminished scale. But before we get into it, I really appreciate you checking out the links below. I've got a free book all about soloing. If you're interested in more concepts like this, I go into great detail in my book, Melodic Expressions, which you can get completely for free at the link below. So check that out as my gift to you. And with that said, let's break this lick down. Let's break down this lick. Now it's going to start in bar 3 of the blues and lead us into what we call the 4 chord. So I'll play it for you first and then I'll break it down. Here we go. So this example is happening over a blues in the key of G. Now typically in your 12-bar blues, in bar 5, you'll go to the 4 chord. And to me, that's like one of the things that defines the blues. So in a basic 12-bar blues chord progression, you would have a G7 for 4 bars. And then in bar 5, you would move to a C7 for 2 bars, and then back to G7 for 2 bars. So that's the first 8 bars there of the blues, just a very basic approach. Now what this lick does is over the G7, it adds movement and a little tension into a resolution there on the 4 chord. So the lick starts on beat 3 and uses notes from what we call the half-whole step diminished scale. So if we're in the key of G, we would have a scale that would start on G and it would go half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step. That's going to be like 1 octave there of your G half-whole diminished scale. Now this lick starts on the 2nd fret of the 5th string and goes like this. So it's leading us into that. Even just playing the line, you could hear the changes. And there we are on the 4 chord, or your C7 here. So we're going to start on the 2nd fret, 5th string, then go up to the 5th fret, next string down, 3, 5, 6. So 1 and 2 and 3. Then 4th fret on the 3rd string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, up to 6. And then, right? It's getting that really awesome diminished sound. It just kind of pulls your ear. And that ends there on the 4th fret of the 1st string. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then we have this classic little bebop figure that walks into the 3rd, the major 3rd, of the 4 chord. So C7 here is your 4 chord, and we're walking into the note E, but we're gonna like outline it like this. We're gonna play the above, so we're trying to get to this note. We're gonna play above it, then we'll go below and walk up. Right, very classic jazz bebop sound. And we do the little rhythm with it. So that's a hammer pull there, which again gives us walking into the C7. So and there you are on the 4 chord. So remember, this starts on the downbeat of measure 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then ends there, and 4, and anticipating into the 4 chord. So here it is in context with the chords. So what you can do is you can start by just playing like simple bluesy figures, and then as you're leading into that 4 chord, you could play something like this that would just pull the listener's ear a little bit, get a little bit of that diminished sound, and then go into the 4 chord, at which point you could just return to like a standard blues lick like I played, something like that. Just a typical blues lick. So here's what that would sound like in context, just playing blues licks, dropping that in, and then returning back to blues licks. So that's a simple way to start getting a diminished sound into your vocabulary and into your playing, and show you a direct way of how you could apply this in the standard 12-bar blues progression. Well, I hope you got some value out of today's video. Before you go, don't forget to download my free book. If you want to learn more concepts like this, I go into great detail about this kind of stuff in my book, Melodic Expressions. And also with the book, you can get some free blues training videos as well that are not on YouTube, that come with tabs and are just going to go over some essential things that you need to know for playing blues guitar. As always, leave any song requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.